Ready to go live? Yes, I think we're live. Why did my voice get so high pitched? I'm so sorry. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Dragonblood Ring Launch. If you can hear me and see me, I'm assuming yes. This is my launch day for this book. Look, it's turquoise. Oh, is that the arc?
Yes, it is.
Oh, amazing.
Ooh.
Johnny has neither.
Yeah.
I do have this, the first
Johnny
one.
opted out of participating.
Yay! Oh, that's good. That's like twinning, but not exactly.
Yes.
That's good. That's good. All right. So as you can see, everyone, I am not alone. I have some special guests. And I would like everyone to say hello to Jonny Garza Villa and Adri. Yay! Applause! So would you like to introduce yourselves? Johnny, you can go first because you were
sure.
earlier.
That's fine.
True. It's true.
Not to call you out or anything.
Fine, whatever. I'm Jonny Garza Villa. I wrote 1,500 Miles from the Sun. And I also, you'll find my name on the back of Dragonblood Ring. So that
Yes.
I can't
Not
wait
on
to
my
see-
copy, but yes.
Would
I
you
will
like
see
to
my
read your
name in
blurb?
the Barnes and Noble for the first time eventually.
Oh,
That'll
yes.
be cute. And yeah, I'm here.
That
was
sounded
so
very
good.
simplistic. I love it. Hello, everyone. Adri, it's your turn.
Hi. Hello, everyone. My name is Adri. I'm a queer, trans, non-binary, Mexican-American book reviewer, writer, and YouTuber, and my channel is Perpetual Pages. Like and subscribe. Links in the description below, I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
Thank you,
Oh,
Taylor.
yes, it is
yeah.
the best sweater. We could explain it if you wish,
Yeah.
but I don't
No.
think Adri wants me to explain it.
It speaks for itself, right? Like, swag is
It
swag.
speaks for itself. Yes. Hello, everyone joining us. I am really excited because Johnny and Adri, we have known each other. I believe I met Adri first. Yes?
Yes. Sorry.
Well, I mean, not
I
in
was like, there's-
person. We don't know each other like that, you know? But maybe one
Me
day.
trolling Amparo on the internet for free counts as us
Yes,
meeting.
because we did start off as nemesis.
Nemesis.
I'm the author and I can't pronounce that word. But yes, we were like playful nemesis. We weren't really that spiteful towards each other, but it was fun pretending that we didn't like each other. And so Johnny and I met, I believe it was last year, like right around the time that we were just promoting, or not promoting, but like saying, oh, we have books coming out. Although yours came out this year, mine came out last year, like very late, similar to this one. I think it was the week before Dragonblood Ring came out. But somehow we all three found our way into our lives. And it was actually Johnny's fault.
Yes.
Because I believe Adri and I were like trying. You got a copy of 1,500 Miles from the Sun first. That book
Not
right
this,
there,
but
this
yes.
one, this book. And I was jealous because I had an arc, but it was, I can't remember why I couldn't read it immediately. But Adri was like, oh, let's do like a buddy reading situation. And I was like, I can't do that. And then it was like a month later or something like that, that I decided to start a chat with both of them present and just gush and cry and emo about Johnny's debut novel.
Yep.
Yay!
And now we just post on it.
Yep.
Yes. So as Johnny mentioned, I have a blurb. I have a couple, but I have a Johnny blurb on my book. This is the second book in the BLAZEWRATH Games duology. Thank you very much to everyone who's read BLAZEWRATH Games. And if you have not read BLAZEWRATH Games yet, I don't think we'll be sharing spoilers tonight. No,
Not
no
me.
spoilers. Don't trust me though. I'm kidding.
Like spoilers for Dragonblood Ring?
Yes.
Well, definitely not that.
Yeah.
Certainly not that.
Certainly not that. My publisher's like, Amparo, they need to actually get the
You need
book
to buy the book.
or request at your local library or even borrow it from a friend. Who knows?
It's true.
All of them. All of them.
All
At
of
the
them.
same time.
Yes, absolutely. And I wanted to ask Johnny, would you like to read your blurb or should I read your blurb of my own
I
book?
don't have the book in front of me, so like
Right?
Wow.
All right. So
I mean, I can
this
go
is
look
fake
for it in
drama
my
set.
email if you want.
Oh yes. Yes, I think it would be prettier coming from your voice, actually.
Okay. Well, then why don't you tell them what your book's about while I
Yes,
look through my
perfect.
Find it.
Perfect. So my book, Dragonblood Ring, as you can see on the cover, it has 2 narrators, and this time, the first book has just 1 narrator. But here we have. Let me see if I can get it closer. We have Lana. Nope, there.
Which direction?
Yo, Adri's doing it for me. Yeah.
I was doing it.
So Lana is the narrator for BLAZEWRATH games, and Victoria is the new narrator, also in BLAZEWRATH games, but she actually has her own point of view this time around. And I'm actually very curious. Wait, let me just do something here really quickly.
Yes.
Yes, actually, Jonny submitted a question via Instagram that has everything to do with this hashtag Taylor, so I think you will like the question. But yes, this book follows them yet again. In the first book, it's like the World Cup with dragons is how I like to describe it. And Dragonblood Ring is Fight Club with dragons. We followed both girls in Puerto Rico. They start off there, and then they slowly discover a plot to kidnap the dragons from their country, and they want to prevent the witch who's trying to kidnap them so that she can profit off them fighting to the DEATH in...
I love that you spelled it out.
Yes, I
To
hate
the
the
unalive.
word. So.
Very TikTok of you.
Yes, very good. I like that. I like unalive them. Unalive them. Oh, look.
As you
I'm
should
very
be.
excited to read Victoria's PO.
She's
hilarious.
Phenomenal.
Oh,
the
really?
Words, just like, I was like, I'm gonna like this. I'm gonna like this.
Does not care. Does not care. And she's constantly like bagging on Lana for being a simp. So that's why I love it.
I think, yes. Oh, thank you so much. Well, I think that was one of my fears, actually, because writing dual POV, I've never done that. Writing from a perspective that was as hostile and unfiltered as Victoria was healing, but I was quite nervous about it. Yeah. So I'm happy. I wanted to ask you, like, do you like reading dual POV books in general?
I don't think I've ever read a dual POV book that I didn't like.
Oh, okay.
That's fair.
Interesting.
I do know that, like, writing one, just even the idea of writing one is tremendously
terrifying
and shitty. I don't know.
Why?
Because I'm just so bad at like making like a cohesive character arc that actually like engages the reader for one person. But when you have 2 people, like that means the love interest also has to equally have that growth, and they can't just be like there for like the main character to like ogle at. Like
100%.
Yeah.
They have to both be main character energies, and that's a lot.
Yeah, that's true.
We can only focus our main character energy on one main character.
Literally, finding a main character's goal is the absolute last thing I do, and I wait until my editor tells me I have to do it.
So it's just vibes for most of the drafts?
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. For me, I think a lot of people get like very particular about like what kinds of voice or perspective they will or will not read, which has never been my experience. Like I see a lot of people being like, this is written in first person, I can't do it. This is written in third person, I can't do it. I don't have that kind of bias. Like I read every perspective, even second person perspective. So that's not something that would stop me if it had dual point of view. For me, I think the only like problem I would run into with it is if the author didn't distinguish between the 2 voices enough, especially if it's in first person. Yeah, that's when it gets a little dicey, because you're like, who am I speaking from if they're too similar? Like whose perspective am I reading from right now?
That's a great observation, because I struggled with making them distinct enough that you wouldn't think that it was me the whole time. Because they both have.
I mean, it's you. It's very you.
They are both very distinct voices. That is for sure.
Yes.
I feel like they're just both representative of different parts of me.
Equally thirsty, but one is thirsty for a man and the other is thirsty for anger.
For anger and revenge. Yes. Isn't that the best part though, when you can just jump from one head to the next, like, oh, or these thoughts, they're so
Absolutely.
violent.
Yes.
I want to stare at someone's butt.
Or
Great.
just like
That's valid.
whenever like Lana would do something, I can't wait to get to the Victoria chapter and just see her like just step on Lana for doing this thing.
Yes.
I love that this is like the theme now. The recurring theme is just we stand Victoria because she's mean to Lana. Love it.
Absolutely.
I mean, why not, right? That's who she is.
But I feel like when you're reading this book specifically, I also enjoy reading dual POV, and even if it has more than 2 narrators, I really love it.
Oh, yeah.
For example, like heist novels or just any sort of psychological exploration of like a friend group or a group of people who have to get along, even if they don't like each other. I like that type of narrative because it allows you some breathing room between what someone is feeling, what they're thinking, and then you just jump into someone else. And that maybe is similar, but not the same, if that makes any sense.
I also think it works in Dragonblood Ring because they have such different like energies, and like Lana is going through more of like a subtle sort of emotional journey that she's going on, and Victoria's got a lot of action and things that she's handling like right there and then sort of thing. So it kind of balances each other out, and it feels like, you know, you can easily jump from one to the other because they're not necessarily having the same kind of energy, if that makes sense.
It does. So like that would be my next question actually, because this is a dual POV novel and I have 2 guests. So do you find yourself relating more to Lana's personality or Victoria's personality? Because honestly, they both have parts of me, so it would be unfair for me to answer that.
Why? I feel like we've been trapped, Johnny. Like we came to this event and like Amparo's asking us questions about her.
Yes, it's my channel. I do whatever I want.
It's her time to like just question us about her own book.
Oh my god.
Oh no, I'm not questioning you. Victoria is tsundere. Is that how you pronounce that word? Tsundere for Lana. This is why we stand. And what does that word mean?
Oh, you can't ask me that off the top of my head. It just means just like exactly what she is, just like hard ass, sort of like no nonsense kind of.
Okay. That's interesting. So I feel like when Lana is like very sarcastic, kind of funny, but also really dramatic, over the top, overwhelmed all the time, and Victoria is just more of a rational, like what are feelings kind of person. The only feeling that is acknowledged is rage.
Yes, that's why my answer is Victoria. What are feelings?
Oh, what are feelings? I don't like feelings.
Too. Yeah. Also, just like the like how she just does a thing without like very little thinking. Like love that.
Yes, impulsive. They're both impulsive.
The impulse, yeah. Like Lana is also impulsive, but I feel like there's like a little bit of thought that you get from Lana as to like why she needs to do this, and Victoria's just like, nope, you got me all the way fucked up. This is why I'm doing it, and like that's the only reasoning she has for anything.
That's true. So we got a definition here.
Yes.
Soon hard, dere soft. Oh, hard or mean, sorry, on the outside, but then actually she loves the MC. That's interesting.
Yes. Secretly affectionate.
Secretly affectionate. I think that Victoria would hate to be called that.
Oh, absolutely.
Secret. It's a secret.
It's a secret no one knows except her dragon steed. But yes, and by the way, yes, this is her dragon steed right there.
Oh, yeah.
That's Esperanza, Victoria's dragon, and it's actually the first dragon born in Puerto Rico. So she's the largest, and her magic has advanced at a faster rate than the other dragons. So if you've read BLAZEWRATH games, then you will know that they can only do very limited things, even though they are the most impressive dragon in the World Cup, because they can light themselves on fire, and they're the only the only species that can do that. They can.
So she's kind of a big deal.
She's kind of a big deal.
She's kind of a big deal.
Just a little bit.
I just imagine Victoria like whispering that in her ear.
Yeah.
Kind of a big deal. Like,
you're kind of a big deal. Like, you're amazing. You're doing amazing, sweetie. Is that the meme? You're doing amazing, sweetie. Oh, this is very true. They are so metal. I love them.
Oh, absolutely. Yep. Absolutely.
I had not thought about that, but yes, correct. Look, it's Rebecca Coffin Neffer, fellow. I was going to say debut, but Rebecca also has a book out today on shelves. It is also the end of their duology, I believe. Yes, it is. We're both finishing and wrapping up duologies today. Congratulations, Becca! If you have not read Crown Chasers, you still have some time. Thronebreakers hits shelves today, so pick both books up. If you like your sci-fi with a touch of Hunger Games, but a lot of heart, and actually she's very sarcastic, Alyssa Farshot, the main character, very sarcastic, like gives Lana a complete lesson in how to be a bad bitch. So, yay!
Say less.
Yes. Today was say less.
Say less. I mean,
I'm in. Yes. Oh, happy Dragonblood Ring Day. Thank you very much. It's not an official holiday, but it should be.
It
is now.
It is now. Yes.
Was Jonny ever going to read their blurb?
Right.
Oh. I don't know if they ever found it.
I did.
Very good.
I'm
yes.
distracted. Okay.
It's just like, so are you reading like abridged or unabridged?
I only have like what I
thing.
sent. I only have what I sent to them. I don't know what the shortened version looks like.
Okay.
Right. Go wild.
Okay. So I said that. Wait. Okay. Yeah. A stunning addition. A stunning addition to the BLAZEWRATH world, Dragonblood Ring is thrilling, intense, emotional, and so wonderfully voicey in its dual point of view, which we just talked about. Amparo Ortiz is a powerhouse of young adult fantasy, giving us a wonderful cast of dragons and queens and enemies, both new and old, in a story that keeps me obsessed with needing to know what was going to happen next. I would gladly stay in this world forever.
Yes.
Yay!
Yes, Jonny.
Yes, Jonny. Thank you so much. I remember reading that, and I had to reread it more than once or more than twice. Read it more than once there. And
comprehend it.
people have been very, I actually cried the other day. I can talk about this, correct? I can talk about feelings. Yeah. I cried the other day because I accidentally saw a review from someone who is from Puerto Rico, and they were saying that the final 2 chapters of the book made them very proud and resonated with them because it touches on a topic, or those 2 chapters touch on a topic that means a lot to Puerto Ricans, and that they were not disappointed because they were expecting that topic to be brought up based on just like the timeline of the novel. It takes place in 2017. So if you're aware of what we went through as a country in 2017, then the book touches on that in the final 2 chapters. So it just made me cry because I was like, oh my God, I feel seen. So that's like the best part.
Because you made someone else feel seen.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I didn't see it that way. But yeah, I guess. Oh, Melanie is ready to cry. Good. That's the only reason why I write.
Stay ready.
Hashtag stay ready.
And be incredibly frustrated at some teenage girls.
Oh, yes. Imagine. But yes, so another reason why I wanted Adri and Jonny here tonight is because we are part of what is known as the Wolf Pack. And we will not be giving you much background on that because it is quite layered and long. But last year, when my debut novel came out, it was not the best year for anyone, I would say. Well, maybe someone had a great year, I'm sure. But it was a rough year, right? So I believe we all found each other when we needed to find each other. And that makes this night, or this day in the case of Adri, much more special for me because I feel like I found my community. And there are so many people that I love and respect in this industry, but finding people that you can truly talk about your life with and be a random with and not be too reserved around, that means a lot to me. And that is exactly what Dragonblood Ring was. It was an exercise in me just confessing as much as I possibly could through Lana and Victoria, specifically Lana, because she is very hurt and grieving a lot. So I wanted to ask you, how has 2021 been in terms of like how you've managed to just find your community within the confines of your own home, but virtually? Like, has that been fun? Has that been easy?
Has that been fun? I'll let Jonny go first because I'm gracious.
Yay!
I mean, like,
And by the way, I bring this up because this is a book or a duology about teamwork. And I feel
True.
like, yes, there are people that we have to work with, but sometimes we don't get along with them or we don't necessarily support them. So it's always fun and beautiful for me personally to find people that I both like and enjoy being around with and fully support in everything that they do. So
True.
yeah, I
Johnny.
mean, I feel this year, I mean, in that, like, I had to put out a debut book. That was a lot. And there were,
True.
like, obviously just certain emotions that I think are, like, specific to debuting and, like, your first book and figuring out, like, what that feels like and what that looks like for you personally.
yeah,
Now, yeah, like, I mean, I'm lucky to have, like, groups of people who I can be silly with and, like, really a lot, and just like shoot the shit too, like, you know.
right.
I think like virtual spaces like helps that for sure. Like, I mean, some of them are like in Arizona and California and Austin and like the Northeast and Colorado, like they're like everywhere, and that's not something that you'd be able to do just going to like Starbucks. So
Right.
especially
The
like
ones in California, we don't really like that much.
Who lives in California?
Not me.
But yeah, so like especially like within author communities, like I think virtual presences helps, and I've definitely leaned on that this year.
That's great. And I
Absolutely.
fully agree. I know exactly how that feels.
Yeah. For me, I don't know if it's like 2021 specific, but I just feel like this year I've just like further solidified like the relationships I have through the online community and that kind of stuff, which has been really good because this year I've gone through a lot of stuff that I don't necessarily talk about publicly online. So it's been nice to have like people, kind of like Johnny said, that I trust, that I know that I can just like go to them when it's like something wild is happening and give them like a blow by blow, like this is happening. I'm in a panic. I don't know what I'm
Yeah.
doing. My life is fake kind of thing. And just like
Hey.
get that reassurance. So again, kind of like Johnny said, the people I connect with, they're not necessarily people I would have met organically just by being someone who lives in California, because our paths never would have crossed that way.
Right.
So it's been good to have that online community, I think, and to have, I guess, some kind of purpose, feel like you have some kind of purpose, something to do every single week. I guess I'm speaking from the perspective of someone who does YouTube, but like to have something that you are coming back to every single week. And I think also this year has been like good in sort of also learning to implement those boundaries with your online community as well. And I think that has been really helpful in helping me continue to have like a healthy relationship with people online and actually create meaningful relationships with people online.
Yeah, I mean, it takes a lot of vulnerability to let people in general, but then it's even more demanding when people, you actually like them. It's like, oh, you're not a terrible person. I was testing you, but now. And I don't know, like the stranger danger aspect of virtual communities is
It's real.
higher, I guess.
It's real.
So yeah, it's like, oh gosh, like why are you being nice to me? There's got to be a reason, you know? But I feel like in the regard of this specific novel, Dragonblood Ring, I would not have gotten through it if I didn't have the friendships that I have. I would not have written this book at all. I mean, I was contractually obligated to write it, but I probably would have been like, well, here's 5 pages.
Do with it what you will.
Do whatever you wish.
I actually had a question about that. So like you said,
Okay.
you were contractually obligated to write the sequel. When did you know that it was going to be a duology? Because if I remember correctly, I think my arc of BLAZEWRATH games has the end at the end, which is a lie.
It is a lie.
So at what point did you know that it was going to be a sequel? And when did you know what the sequel was going to look like?
Well, that's an interesting question, a set of questions, because I wrote the end, or I write the end on all of my manuscripts, and now I realize that I shouldn't do that.
They'll publish it.
It's like, it's gonna go in there. But I actually imagined this as a trilogy. And then we realized that the third book that I wanted to write was just actually the second book was way too like introspective. There wasn't a lot of action. There wasn't a lot going on. And so the DRAGONBLOOD Ring is essentially the combination of that second book, which is mostly just an exploration of self, and the events that would have taken place in the third book. And it was actually my editor at the time, Ashley Hearn, shout out to them. Ashley was like, I think that you have a good, solid villain, but I think that the end itself, or how you visualize the end, is not the way to go. And I will say that they were very gung-ho about me not unaliving someone. And I really wanted.
Thank God you did enough of that already.
Well, that's what they said. They were like, Amparo, really? Like, and I'm like, and it was actually going to be a really impactful death. And I'm cruel, as you both know. So I really wanted to unalive that character. And my editor at the time was like, I think it was like an entire paragraph in the email saying, if you do this, people will never like your books again, or never buy your books again, or something like that. Like, you will never know peace, or something.
You will never know peace.
Oh, okay, great. Thank you. I will not unalive this character then. And I wrote a synopsis for DRAGONBLOOD Ring that was not the book that you would read right now if you haven't read it yet. It was a completely different book. And then working with Ashley, we both found the true story that needed to be told. And then Ashley left my publisher. I started working with two wonderful editors who understood this book way more than I did. And they made it, or they helped me make it into something that I was even prouder of than I thought I would be. So, but yes, I write the end at the end of all of my manuscripts, Adri. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and to be fair, you will still never know peace because you didn't unalive someone whose name starts with a T, who I'm not going to say anything else, but
let me just say,
promises were broken.
So if you have read BLAZEWRATH games, Lana has a specific family member that a lot of people who've read the book just don't like. And that's putting it mildly. And I'm happy that they don't like him.
I'm like, is it that we just don't like them, or is there something else going on?
Is he just like not a terrible person, or? But yeah, he is a terrible person. And I think Adri was the one who sent me a meme, right?
Yes, I
like
did.
A meme related to this character and another character. And it's one of my favorite memes I've ever seen.
I have fun making it.
Yes, I know. Oh, Melanie has a question or not a question, a comment. That family member should have been the Sol de Noche snack in the first chapter of DRAGONBLOOD Ring.
Absolutely.
That's cruel.
These are the ideas we need.
This is what I should have. Oh,
I'm
look at this.
To the fan fiction website.
Oh, really? He was unbearable. Well, he knows he was unbearable, or he actually doesn't know. He will never admit unbearability. Is that a word? We don't know. We're gonna
today.
It is today. But we all have people in our personal and professional lives that we wonder, like, why are they here? Why are they around us? So I love having that as a foil for my characters.
Right.
Don't you like enjoy, even though you dislike intensely certain characters, you're like, if this character wasn't in the scene, I don't think a lot of growth would be happening.
Right.
I guess. I don't know.
That's
Maybe
true.
you're just like, no, let's just unalive him. I'm only halfway through book one. I agree. Okay, everybody wants to unalive Todd. I'm so sorry.
Tasteless.
Tasteless.
That's what he is.
Throwing them down. Oh, wow. That would be painful. That would be very painful. They're quite rocky. Oh, gosh. Yes. Okay, so now I know. Yes. So I'm going to start answering Jonny and Adri's unnecessary questions that they left.
Very necessary.
And
mine's very necessary.
I'm sure. And then afterwards, I'm going to play a game with them because Adri is already very excited. Not at all.
No. I'm a Libra.
Right, let me search because I think I have Jonny's question first, which is an actual question, Adri.
Okay. I submitted a question.
Failure. All right. So Jonny asks, Lana Toria when? Which is a Taylor question. Taylor, if you're watching, this is free.
We're all thinking it.
Yes.
It's a great question.
Did you just say I'm a Libra too?
No,
I'm
I'm
a
Libra
Libra
still.
though. Oh,
Yes, I did, Nico.
I don't know how to read.
You'll see why later. You'll see why
Correct.
that's relevant later.
Correct. So Taylor, yes, we need answers. Do we need answers? Interesting.
We
do.
So this is interesting because I was talking to someone and they point blank asked me, they read BLAZEWRATH games, they haven't read DRAGONBLOOD RING yet, but the person asks me, is Victoria gay? And I love that question because she's not gay on the page.
Right.
But I haven't really thought about her outside of what really makes her angry. Like, I haven't thought about what makes her happy, if that makes any sense.
Right.
Like, I really just have not figured out who she is outside of these specific problems that she's facing. But Lana is very much attracted to someone that, I don't know if I should spoil that.
Don't say it.
I mean, if you
no
read
names.
If you read the first book, you know.
You can guess, but you don't know.
She's a little obsessive about a specific person.
Yes.
Yeah,
I thought Jonny's question was gonna be BLAZEWRATH games violently straight or violently queer.
Oh,
because we talked about that.
I can answer that as well. So I feel like there is queer representation in BLAZEWRATH games and in DRAGONBLOOD RING.
100%.
But I do think that there are other books that do show and portray the queer experience. I know that that's a very broad thing to say, and not all queer people experience the same things, of course. So I do understand that the excitement that people get when they see queer rep in any book. Queer rep that's actually good, not harmful.
Right.
And I love being included in lists and roundups in general, but I feel like I would be taking, or not myself, my books would probably be taking the spot of someone who deserved it more, because they would be writing from the perspective of a queer character as the main character. And calling BLAZEWRATH games and DRAGONBLOOD RING queer books is, to me, inaccurate because they don't follow a queer main character.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like it's such a lovely thing to see excitement. And actually, I did see people say that they ship Lana and Victoria, which is, the Lana Toria ship name. And I would love to see Lana Toria together. But look at Jonny's face.
I mean,
your face completely changed.
It needs to happen.
Is it happening?
It needs to happen.
Book 3.
Book 3. Yes, book 3. So, I mean, I would love to see that, but I also think that I personally would not do that ship justice. I feel like it's definitely a ship, or I was going to say relationship. Yes, a ship, Amparo, that would best exist with someone who was as passionate about it as people who ask me about Lana and Victoria all the time, which is great. I fully support them. And I don't see the point of people, when I say people, I mean authors or writers in general, like television houses often, when consumers of that specific medium start shipping characters that are canonically straight or not queer at all. And they're like, oh my God, no, my character's straight. Like, didn't you read? Don't you know how to read? Don't you know how to watch television? It's like so annoying to me personally. I'm like, you are trash personally. I don't know. Like, I don't know how else to say that. Why are you being this trashy? I feel like once you put out the medium, or like the book, the show, it stops being yours. Stop being ridiculous. Like, that's
I was literally about to say this exact comment, that we're just going to bring in queer people to write DRAGONBLOOD.
I would love that.
Queerness.
I'd read it.
Yes.
BLAZEWRATH 3, Dragon Drift.
Dragon Drift.
Dragon Drift.
Dragon Drift. I'm trying to think of like a
no, that's the whole title. We're going by Fast and
Dragon
Furious
Drift. Dragon Drift. Drifting Dragons. Drifting Dragons. No, that's a completely different book.
It's totally different vibe.
What we're talking about now.
I changed the topic. Well, I didn't. Wait, like, what is dragon drifting? All right, so Adri's question.
Good question.
Was for why. Literally
For
those
why.
2 words. For why. Like, why was I asking 4 questions? So
I mean,
my answer would be,
we can interpret that so many different ways.
well, then you asked the question, so how
It
how
could
would
be
you
like
interpret
for
it?
why. For why.
For why? For YA audiences?
Oh, that's a good
Mostly.
way.
For why? For white people to reflect on why they're centered all the time.
True.
Yeah. I mean, technically Victoria is light-skinned, so Lana is brown-skinned, and there are black members of Team Puerto Rico. There's another light-skinned member, which I believe Johnny really enjoys, which is Edwin.
Edwin.
Our gay icon.
Gay icon.
Yes.
Wait, Melanie submitted. We need a Mr. Worldwide BLAZEWRATH. I love
this.
Imagine each story is titled after a Pitbull song.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Actually, you know what would be awesome?
I'm calling
is-
Timber. I'm calling Timber right now.
Okay, we got that one.
And you're gonna
I-
write the Edwin story, or
Oh, it's
Yes.
gonna for sure be an Edwin.
Yes.
For real.
okay?
Yes, I love that. Because I feel like
Okay,
one of
hold
my
on. Gabby
biggest-
has a great idea. Please
Oh.
pull that up.
an anthology of people from different. Yes, that's actually what I was gonna say.
That would be
I
so
would
bomb.
love that for Hey Street, if you're watching, to have that happen. I would literally be the editor. I wouldn't write anything, and I would clarify, like, oh yeah, that's not how magic works, or whatever. But the dragon species in the cup, you see countries, but you don't necessarily see their dragons.
True.
So I would like to explore each author's version or interpretation of what that dragon looks like and what they can do.
We can
What
see
would a Mexican dragon do? I mean,
isn't it?
we have a
isn't it
Mexican
absolutely
dragon.
horrendous. Like it's disgusting what you made them do, and I live for it.
but if you could design your own dragon species from Mexico, like what would it do?
I
One in the book.
like am very much in love with like anything I can relate to like native plant life in Mexico, and so like if I could do like a cactusy sort of dragon,
I was gonna say something cactus.
really cool.
Wow.
Or even something related to like sunflowers, like
Oh,
really cute too.
That's
even, like,
actually
yeah, or even like oh my god. But yeah, any like flowery situation, like where we can tie into ferocious dragons.
I agree. It sounds
Absolutely.
very cool, and I've actually never heard anyone describe a dragon in the same sentence as sunflowers. So this is
Yes.
Can
interesting.
you
It
imagine?
would be
They,
like a really gentle but
photosynthesize.
also rough
be
dragon.
powerful.
yeah.
That's awesome. I mean, if you haven't read BLAZEWRATH games, then yes, there is a Mexican species of dragons in the book, but it is nowhere near as beautiful as what Johnny just described.
It is.
What do they
Incredible.
do? Remind me of what they do. Do you remember?
They make people into like human potato sacks. and
Oh
then
yes,
they hoard the human
Potato sacks. Yes,
it's
they
true.
hoard
No,
flesh.
this is it's all coming back to me. Celine Dion style.
It's all coming back to me. Yes. And oh wait, and the fire has a surprise feature of Espinas the cactus.
Ooh,
That would be
see.
really, yeah. I think that would be interesting. Like as they like fire away, as they shoot fire, maybe the
And, like, that would
spines
be
or the spikes,
incredibly, like powerful defensively. I feel.
It's
right?
true.
Yeah.
Because the Chinese dragon
this
in the
is, like-
book has like a lightning propeller, so they can shoot fire and also bolts. So this would be like interesting. Yes,
Oh,
like get
yes. Oh my gosh. Like and then like
Yes.
Ideas.
I mean,
full like ato sort of situation. Like
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Meat sacks. Gabby always calls them meat sacks.
They
Yeah.
are meat sacks.
or,
Gabby's like, why did you write this dragon? I'm like, why
Slander.
not? But yes, that is the 4Y answer. So next question. Why isn't Wonho on your cover? And this comes from Adriana Cuevas,
That's a great question.
who is a friend, but also a Wonho stan. And if you don't know who Wonho is, it is spelled
Google image search
W-O.
it. Google
Yes,
image.
Yes.
WONHO. Search for this man and
You're welcome.
thirst. You're welcome. Yes. So he's not on the cover because I don't think Page Street saw his relevance in the cover, but imagine Wonho riding a dragon. That's all we need to know. So
Pretty
Sounds
Priyanka
like future
Taslim.
merch.
Yeah, future. Imagine. Actually, I wore a Wonho concert shirt today to go out and about. So Wonho was in my
Good.
plans and my thoughts. He's always in my thoughts. Anyway, so, Priyanka Taslim asks, "How are you celebrating? I hope it's with something delicious." So I had cake for breakfast. I had a
Ooh,
ice cream cake for
aspirational.
breakfast. I don't think I've eaten any like actual food, like human adult food, all day long. So
What does that mean?
I don't know, but like cooking has not been involved in my day.
Okay, but I would argue that adult
That's every
food
day.
doesn't have to be cooked by you.
Right, but what would that be though? Like adult food that's not cooked by? Oh, right, I could buy it somewhere. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I really now I want one hole on a dragon. Okay, anyway. So next
You can find
question.
someone to illustrate that.
Yes.
I would actually
Commission
pay
it. Come on.
so much money to commission it. Don't give me ideas. So it says, would you ever consider writing in this world again? So I did get asked, I believe it was during an Instagram live. Someone asked me if I've ever considered writing the bromance origin story between Takeshi Endo and Andrew Galloway.
Oh my God.
Both
don't
are.
start.
Adri has thoughts.
Don't start.
But I figured that would be too. I feel like their bromance
Raw.
is raw. It's raw.
It's too much.
Ready to chip in? Oh, very good, Melanie. Yes, thank you. Commissioning Wonho for the dragon art, or Wonho as a dragon. Imagine one. Okay, no, that would be too bootylicious.
That's getting into territory that we don't.
It's true.
Yeah, it's a crossover event.
We can talk about it. We're getting into a situation here.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So, what kind of dragon do you think you'd have? I would have a Sol de Noche, and it would be named Furia.
Oh, yeah.
I just really like that name.
That's
Shout
the
out to
crossover
Shamile.
event of 2021. Yes.
Yes, I believe I was asked, like, what would your Sol de Noche dragon be called last year? And I said Furia automatically. And then I realized, oh, that's a Spanish
name.
word.
That's it.
I'm like, that's okay.
Got a new one.
Yes. This question is from Mia Garcia. Will there be a Halloween Horror Nights BLAZEWRATH tie-in?
How would that work?
I mean, I was inspired by Halloween Horror Nights for part of the sport, for BLAZEWRATH itself. But, I mean, I don't mind selling the rights. I have no problem.
Wait, which part was inspired by Halloween Horror Nights?
Oh, the bloggers. When they're on the mountain in BLAZEWRATH games, when they're on the mountain, when the runner is literally running up the mountain,
right?
There are dragons. 2 dragons are following them in different parts of the mountain, but their riders can only dismount and attack in block zones, which is like these very specific stretches of the mountain. And so that part was inspired by Halloween Horror Nights because the scare actors, when they jump out, they only jump out in like specific parts, not like the whole time. So I went to Halloween Horror Nights in 2014.
Wow.
Or 2015, I guess. And then I was like, imagine a sport where someone is just jumping out at you to attack you. That sounds like my dragon book. And
that sounds like so much fun.
I would never in a million years play that game.
Wow. As soon as you said it, it just like completely made sense.
I'm just not doing it. I'm not doing it. All right. So final question. And then we get to the game. If you had to rewrite a character and turn them the complete opposite, who would it be? This is a very interesting question. And this one is from John's Tainted Fantasy at John's Tainted Fantasy on Instagram. Thank you for your question. I think, actually I missed this. Yeah. Okay. There's still one question left. But who would I rewrite as someone else? I feel like I would like to, maybe a lot of people would be like, I think you should rewrite Todd as a good person.
Not possible.
Not possible.
Don't give him that.
Not possible. Irredeemable. Thank you, Xander.
awesome. I mean, can you imagine? That would be so funny. But yes, no, I think I would probably just rewrite. Well, in the very first draft, Victoria and Andrew were a couple. They were in a relationship, which makes no sense.
I think you've said that before. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, it doesn't make sense. And
No.
absolutely.
thank you for not.
He doesn't deserve it. Okay, Melanie, it's fine. We don't like Todd. Okay, fine. I think I would just rewrite. There's a character named Randall in the first book. He is not a very nice person, and I feel like it would be interesting to write him from the perspective of someone who was raised differently, because he is very much my example of nature versus nurture in the book. What happens when you take a seemingly innocent child and you deprive him all his life of basic care, and you think you're actually doing good by him by feeding him, but you're not actually treating him as a person. He is an experiment or part of a study. He's a weapon, a tool. So I've always been interested in those narratives for some reason. I'm like, science is great, but also, why are scientists, you know?
Well, that's very Jeff Goldblum of you.
Yeah, I mean, that's interesting. I've never been compared to Jeff Goldblum before.
I was thinking specifically like Jurassic Park, where he's like,
right.
You know the line. I'm not going to go through it.
You know the line. But yeah, I think that I would like to explore Randall as an actually good person. Like, give him a different life. Because that would be nice. I think that we all deserve nice lives.
That would be nice for him, yes.
That would be nice for him. But yeah, we didn't get that. So true actual last question is, will you break our hearts in this sequel? No spoilers, of course, but just bracing for impact. Adri and Jonny, I don't think your hearts were broken while you were reading this book, correct?
No.
No, I don't think so. No.
Yeah.
Not by the end, no.
They flourished.
I will say that Amparo does endanger more innocence, as she usually does.
Yeah.
But by the end, I was not heartbroken, I would say.
Yes. I mean, there's a line in the final chapter that always makes me cry. I won't reveal the line, obviously, but it's a line that is tied to events in the first book. And it's just the characters in that last chapter, they're reminiscing, let's just say. And whenever that specific line comes up, I tear up. And like the last time I read the book, I didn't tear up. So I was like, oh, I'm getting colder. That's great. But yeah. Perfect. What we all deserve.
Makes sense.
All right. So I'm ready to torture Adri and Jonny a little bit more with what I like to call Enter the Ring. Woo! So why am I making that weird woo sound? I'm so sorry. So this is called Dragonblood Ring because we have essentially a Fight Club scenario. Two dragons are pitted against each other. And so I wanted
a non-consensual
correct.
Club.
It is entirely non-consensual, which is why my main characters want to stop this tournament that is illegal and underground. And I actually, yes, some people have asked me if this is somehow related to Puerto Rican cockfights.
Oh, interesting.
Yes, and it's not the first time I've heard it. Like in the past couple of days, I've heard someone ask me that, and it's actually not something that I thought about. But sometimes we don't think about things that are our daily lives, I guess.
I love that people are now going to think that's what the rooster is about.
That's
not what the rooster is about.
The roosters is my neighbor. We hang out sometimes.
Also a gay icon.
A gay icon. So in the anthology, Gabby, that we are going to be editing, and I'm going to be inviting queer authors only, there's going to be a rooster involved somehow. We're going to make the rooster happen.
Canon.
So yes, I'm going to be asking Adri and Jonny to choose one of two options. And we're going to start with Dragonblood Ring related options. So, would you rather be a dragon rider or a magic user?
Yikes. Yikes.
You can only choose one. If you have a dragon steed, you don't have magic. And if you have magic, you don't have a dragon steed.
This sucks.
You're welcome.
Like, thanks for having me. Bye.
Right?
I regret everything.
Time to log off.
Time to log off.
I would say magic user.
Okay, Jonny is a magic user.
I would say magic user as well because there's a loophole. Just because I'm a magic user doesn't mean I would never be around someone who has a dragon and they would let me ride the dragon. So I could still conceivably ride a dragon.
But you have magic first and foremost, yes.
But I've always wanted magic. So
yes. And I feel like everyone who's used to reading fantasy books or watching any sort of fantasy film or television show, there's always the same people using magic, and it's the same type of magic. So, yeah. All right. So, next question. Fight a dragon or fight a magic user?
Oh my God.
But ask yourself, you have no magic.
What?
I feel like a magic user.
It's more manageable, right? Like you can
Like,
still
yeah.
outrun them or
Not a
out
dragon.
physically.
If I fight a
defeat them.
dragon, I'm gonna die. Like
Yeah.
immediately.
Yeah.
Like purposefully. Like I will lay down and just be like, that's it. Take me.
I'm too old to be a dragon rider. That is not true. There are other. Oh, run away. Yes, you can run away from a dragon, but you'd have to be really fast. Like you'd have to be runner.
What if they like have fire powers or something?
Fight a magic, right? I would die at the hands of a dragon and have.
You could go like street rules on a magic user and just get them real quick.
Street rules.
Also,
but you
like, are
have
we
to
taking
yell
into
that.
consideration the answers from the first question? Like, am I a magic user fighting a dragon or a
No,
magic?
Vado said no. It's just ourselves.
No cheating.
Just as we are right now. So.
No cheating allowed. Yes,
magic.
you are yourself. You stay yourself.
Wait, so is the magic user going to use magic, or are we doing street rules? Okay, no.
But I mean, imagine Adri yelling at a magic user, street rules, and then just beating them up.
I'll just verbally shame them until they just give in.
That is so funny to me, though. I don't know why. Like, street rules and then just beating them up.
That's the idea.
I mean, the idea is to beat them up. Street rules.
To win them. So.
I have to turn into Owen from Jurassic World to work that dragon. So, magic user. Oh, is that Chris Pratt? Is that his character?
It's been so long. Is Owen Chris Pratt?
Oh, look at this. This is amazing. Fight a dragon with my pure Cuban rage.
That's valid.
That's a lot of rage.
Yeah, that's also like depends on what day you catch me on, you know?
If it's a Monday, you're winning the fight. Absolutely. All right.
Oh, it is Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt is Owen, apparently.
Chris Pratt is Owen. Let me check.
That's what Melanie said.
I love how Melanie is like, yeah, Chris Pratt. Like, let's not dwell on this white man. Fully agree. All right. So next question. Win the BLAZEWRATH World Cup, win a magical duel against the most powerful gold wand. Bragging rights, either way.
World Cup, it comes with a trophy.
Yeah, the BLAZEWRATH World Cup.
The World Cup comes
trophy,
with external validation.
Celebrity.
Celebrity money.
Social capital, so
money.
BLAZEWRATH World Cup.
Yes, I mean, you would be remembered as the first Mexican team to win. Or as part of the first Mexican team to win.
With our meat potatoes.
With your meat sack making dragons. Amazing.
Holding in their arms.
Never been prouder.
Never been prouder. Oh my gosh. Oh, World Cup is winning. World Cup.
Yeah. I mean, it just sounds great. I won the World Cup.
Oh, magic users are getting fought left and right. I'm so sorry to all the magic users in the audience. All right, score tickets to the BLAZEWRATH World Cup versus watch comfortably from home.
Comfortably from home. Sorry.
I figured.
I'm too old.
No, I wouldn't be
out there.
I would be there. I would.
If Adri is too old, then I'm freaking ancient.
I would want tickets for sure.
Yeah, Jonny is the type that they would go out there and get wild.
I asked because a lot of people in the bookish community were introverts, but with like some sort of extroverted streaks, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the most part, you know, events as huge as World Cups, they can be overwhelming. So I don't know.
You need to highlight Adriana's comment.
I will. True. Oh my gosh, relax.
Better snacks.
Better snacks.
Better snacks.
We bring our own. We just
more comfortable, better snacks,
yes.
Better access to the bathroom, no stress, no parking.
Like,
no stress,
you
no
know
parking.
that your family is going to have sandwiches in their bag.
I know, but They could be
That's a
fresh
great
at home or squashed in the
We're
bag.
gonna have some Doritos. It'll be fine.
Yes. Oh my
Doritos
god.
and sandwiches.
Have you ever had, I don't know if there's like an English translation for this, but if anyone has ever had sándwiches de mezcla, like you have these sandwiches that have like, I think it's spam and cheese whiz, like
Then it's
mixed.
a no from me.
Oh no, how dare you?
No,
It's actually delicious. We're
I
missing out.
completely
I
believe you.
Johnny's like, pass.
Fully.
Can't do it.
All right, solve a dangerous magical mystery, or let someone else solve it for you.
I mean, if someone else is gonna do it for me for free $99, I have a lot of other things to do, you know.
Yes.
I'll
I mean,
administrate.
you're what? I'm sorry.
I'll be the administrator. Just like I will assign the roles, and my role is to stay there.
That's true.
Solid.
Yeah, I would be good at like sort of logistically figuring everything out and organize everything, but like I don't want to be the one who has to follow through on it.
Right. So you're very much a Libra, correct?
I'm a type 1 Libra.
Yes. Oh, there we go. It's jamonilla or spam, cheese whiz, and red peppers. I forgot the red peppers.
Oh, okay.
It's absolutely delicious. Solve it. Okay, so we got some brave souls in the audience. I think I would have to ask, what kind of magical mystery are we talking about?
True.
What does it entail? Is it like an international type of thing where we have to move around, or can I just Google something, you know?
Yeah. Is
Or
it life
open a
or
book?
death?
Is
'Cause
it
if
life
it's
or
not,
death?
I might.
I mean, it's
If
dangerous.
it is, I won't.
This ship is dangerous.
Right, but maybe something dangerous is like you completely lose your willpower,
Great.
or like maybe you lose your memories or something. I mean, that would be dangerous. I don't know.
So no.
There are things I would like to forget, but in general, no. All right, next. Waking up early versus sleeping in. So we're out of the book questions, and now
Ugh.
Just random things now.
we're like getting to know ourselves better.
I'm a waking up early.
Yeah, waking up
Yeah,
early.
me too. Oh, all three of us
What?
waking up early.
We have something
What?
in common.
Wolfpack.
What?
Look at that.
Yeah,
Waking up
see,
early.
the thing is that like idealistically I would like to sleep in, but it never ever ever happens. So
It doesn't pan out.
Nope.
Also,
never.
naps are just better too.
Naps are
Naps
great.
are
Power
better.
naps are great.
Yeah, wake up early and you can take a nap.
That's true. Wake up early enough, you squeeze in a nice nap.
Yeah.
That's a good point. I'm actually doing something fun. In my case, I'm not.
Yeah.
Sleeping in. So sleeping in, we have some sleeping in people, and we have
Just
some
can't do
wake
it.
up early people. I don't know if this has happened to you though. Have you ever taken a nap,
Uh-huh.
woken up, and thought it was the next day?
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know if you missed the part where I said I'm a type 1. So no, I set an alarm when I take a nap.
No, but
and I
sometimes
wake up
even
at that alarm.
but even with the alarm, you're like, oh no. Oh gosh.
No.
I feel so embarrassed for myself.
I would never let that happen.
I literally wake up from naps and I think it's the next day. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh no, I missed class.
I think you're doing
Or
it
I
too long.
forgot to email this person. It's bad. It's very bad. All right, so now let's get into the reader questions.
Oh.
Steady TBR schedule versus reading whatever you're in the mood for.
I've never had a TBR schedule.
Yeah,
Really?
I don't-
Yeah,
I
I
don't
have
do
never in my
TBRs.
life.
Never in my life. I want your life. Sometimes I do have a schedule because I have events, or I know that I'm going to be
Right.
talking about certain things. I need to read things. But
Mhm.
for the most part, I am mostly like, oh, I'm dying to read this book. I want to read this book. So I will read what I'm most excited for first.
Right.
I mean, literally, I'm not even lying. There was a book I needed to read when I chose to read 1500 Miles from the Sun first, which is why I told Adri, I can't buddy read. I
Yeah.
cannot buddy read because I'm stuck with, something. And then I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
Mental health. And no regrets, as you can probably tell.
Yeah.
So let me
absolutely none.
see. Have we... Oh, Nico knows what's up. Wait.
Yeah,
oh,
earlier.
yes. Yes.
Oh.
NetGalley.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
I
I've
love that
never had a
authors have that problem,
TBR.
too.
Make a
This is
TBR
what you
and
just said.
mood read anyway. Oh, I like that. It's the best of both worlds.
Reading whatever.
Reading whatever. I love this.
Mood
People
reading's
are
great.
mostly. I'm bad at keeping my TBR. I mean, or to my TBR. Yes. So let's see. Next question or next option. Reading outside on a sunny day versus reading inside on a rainy day.
Ooh.
Inside on a rainy day.
Same.
No question.
true. You shouldn't be looking at paper in the sun.
Well, maybe it's your e-reader.
That's
Looking at
true.
the screen in the sun is probably not as good either.
Okay,
Yes.
that's true. Well, there are like, I don't remember if there's like a new device that has like the anti-glare thing on the screen,
Yeah.
which like prevents you from not seeing the screen,
Not seeing the screen.
not seeing what's on the screen. Other than my Goodreads want to read, I don't really make TBRs. Oh, that's actually a good point. A lot of
That's
people just
valid.
use Goodreads. There are
Yes.
other options.
It's too hot outside.
Too hot outside. I live in Puerto Rico. It's sadly very hot for fall.
Yep.
Inside, outside has flies. And yeah, inside on a rainy day, curled up under my covers. Gabby is already just imagining
Yep.
the rainy day. Rainy and inside, the sun is my enemy. Interesting. I didn't
As it should be.
realize
Oh.
As it
that
should
there
be.
were so
like, yeah,
outside
if
on a warm sunny day, but
if
only
it's
if the
sunny
mosquitoes stay.
and nice, like I don't want to just sit there and read a book. Like
Yeah. And be like,
Okay.
go do something.
yeah.
Interesting. I mean, I know people who lounge around the patio or wherever, and they will read outside if it's like a really sunny, pretty day. Outside
Inside is
where
where
the bugs live.
It's true.
That's why I'm always outside, because I'm a roach. I'm kidding. I should expose myself more to sunlight or I'll turn into a vampire, but it's too hot outside. Melanie lives in Puerto Rico as well, so we are suffering.
Mhm.
We don't really have.
And as we recently learned, Amparo doesn't use sunscreen.
I mean, I
So-
do, but I should use more.
Conditionally. She conditionally uses sunscreen. Sometimes.
It's bad. It's bad. I'm very ashamed. Reading with music or reading without music?
With.
With music, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Not always. Not always.
As long
Not
as there's
always.
no lyrics, yeah. Like I'll listen to like lo-fi.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
That's a cute personality trait, Johnny.
Well,
But
no,
it's
like
like- it's
I
not
can do pretty much
necessary.
anything as long as it's not too loud.
As long as it's same with music, with. My issue is that I write with music, but I can't read with music for some
Weird.
reason. I get more distracted while I'm reading with music than writing. Writing is just like the song that I'm listening to or the score that I'm listening to.
Mhm.
It helps me get into the work, but then if I'm doing it for reading, it pulls me out for some reason.
That's weird.
That's what not all of us have great skincare.
Yeah, we know, Xander.
That was cruel. Music distracts my brain from the book. Yes. Not all. Yeah, I already hit that one.
highlighted.
Usually I listen to music in other languages.
That's
so my
true.
brain
Other
gets
languages,
fun.
yeah.
That's what I do when I
Oh.
write.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah,
I know
I
that.
listen
Yeah.
to like music in Spanish.
Is Bad Bunny involved?
He is, but like I get distracted, but I'll still do it. Like I'll listen to
Yes.
him or like Selena, thinking
Right,
that
of course.
I'm gonna be so productive, like
Oh yeah.
because I'm unsmart, and so like whatever.
I mean, you are smart, but sometimes we just make mistakes.
Sometimes
true.
Benito calls,
Sometimes Benito is like, pay attention to me. I'm
and
the
I
one.
don't.
But also you have to be intentional with it. Like you can't just hit shuffle when
Right.
you're reading. Like that's never gonna work for me. So I have like specific like reading or writing playlists that have like more sort of like low energy,
Yeah.
not like hype songs. Because
Yeah.
if it's too wild, like I would get distracted.
Imagine Adri reading Cemetery Boys for the 1500th time, listening to like Slipknot or something.
Absolutely not.
I don't know. Imagine.
I was gonna say also there are times when you can't listen to music and read because you're listening to an audiobook.
Right.
That would be
That
counterproductive.
is
So
Yes, and I read audiobooks at 1.5 velocity.
Velocity.
Is that how you say it? Speed,
I was
whatever.
gonna say speed.
Speed. I'm sorry.
No,
But yes.
velocity sounds way more badass.
Yeah, velocity. Reading hardcovers with dust jacket on or without it?
Off.
Me too. I like taking it off.
If
Oh,
I
that came
damage
out
them,
wrong.
I can't damage them. Otherwise, I have to buy another one.
Yes,
Oh.
exactly.
I mean, the dust jacket, we're not saying that they're the most important part of a physical copy, but they are.
They're
I
kind
mean,
of
even
important.
with like a page, I like recently read a book and I realized that the very first page was like, and so I've already ordered a new one
Oh
because
my
I
God.
cannot
That
have
really. Oh, that's interesting. The
Ooh,
background.
that's cute. Yes, if you have two different audio mediums, you can't do
Yes.
it through the same
Look at
one.
Melanie being controversial.
Absolutely not.
Dust jacket.
If there's
on.
no choice, obviously, like if you're reading a library copy, you have to read with the dust jacket on.
Yeah.
But if I have a
Off.
choice, it's coming off.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it would be best to take the dust jacket off, but if you find yourself being a careful person, fine.
Yeah, like if you can take care of it, yeah, for sure.
And
I
you're
don't-
not eating while you're like
Mhm.
reading, you're not getting anything on the dust jacket, then you're good.
I also like to
however-
use the dust jacket as like a marker of where it goes on the bookshelf. I'll leave it there like as a little
Oh.
reminder, like when
Oh.
you're done, that's where it goes.
That's way too type A.
Mine just ends up on the floor. Yeah, mine is just on the floor until I'm done. With
No.
On the
You
floor?
contradict yourself. You're like, I want to take care of it. It's on the floor.
it. It's not just like anywhere on the floor. It's like in
Like
a
my love
particular
life. Yes, I
place,
love
not
it.
like stuff on or anything.
I take care of it. It's on the floor.
It's on the floor.
Exactly.
I'll pick it up after I step on it. I
They do
don't
get
want
in
to
the way.
damage
They get in
them.
the way.
Yes. But also they just get in the way too much. I mean, I feel like I have to hold it if I have the dust jacket on. I feel like
Yeah.
it becomes a science to hold it so that the
Yes.
dust jacket doesn't slip off or that I don't like damage it.
Mhm, mhm.
Hardcover with dust jacket or no jacket? None. Never.
You mean like in general? Like I don't.
Oh no,
I don't-
I like keeping them on like on the shelves, but like not when I'm reading them because no.
I
I
thought they were
keep-
asking like, do you like hardcovers that have dust jackets or no dust jackets?
Oh, I prefer them with the
Oh.
dust jacket.
Like,
I
but
wasn't
they're
sure. I
really
could be interpreting
beautiful.
that totally wrong.
like a
Just
Oh
fresh
yeah.
situation.
Yeah. But like for example, Barnes and Noble sometimes does like special editions of books and they don't come with dust jackets, even
Right.
though they're hardcovers,
Right.
because the design that is specific of that edition is front
It's,
and
like,
center,
printed
so
on
they
the
don't
book.
want to cover it up.
Yeah.
So I do know that our dear friend Chloe Gong announced a Barnes and Noble special edition of These Violent Delights' sequel, Our Violent Ends.
Our violent ends.
And it has that specific design. Like, it does not have a dust jacket.
Really?
It does
Oh.
not.
Gonna have to
Yes.
look into that.
Say less.
Say less.
I'm absolutely pre-ordering, and everyone else should.
I mean, I already pre-ordered it, so when I say
I
I'm gonna look
haven't
into it, I
pre-ordered it
literally mean
yet.
I'm just gonna look into it.
I literally was waiting for Barnes because I've had a feeling.
Mm.
You know, because sometimes books do very well. Like the first book in a series or duology, they do well, and Barnes & Noble was like, "Oh, this book exists." So
Mhm.
yes, yes, yes. So reading with snacks versus reading without snacks.
No.
I
No
usually
snacks.
don't. I usually don't.
Okay.
Just to be safe.
Just
I don't trust
I
myself.
usually, if I'm using my e-reader, I might snack, but not always.
Yes.
Oh,
If I'm
okay.
using a physical copy, whether it's a paperback or hardcover, absolutely nothing.
That's true. Yeah, if I'm like reading it like on my laptop or my phone, then it's whatever.
Right. Do you read a lot on your laptop? Like e-reader,
No,
not like Word
I mean,
documents or PDFs.
No,
Like,
now that like I've gotten into like blurbing, like that's
Right.
the only time.
you're a
Johnny's
master
like,
blurber.
now that I've gotten into
Right,
blurry,
like,
I
now that
read
I'm
on my
a highly
laptop.
thought out novelist. Like,
Right. Now that we're like killing the game,
It's
we're doing
required
it.
of me.
I like this just coffee. That makes sense. I usually
Oh
write
yeah,
with coffee.
I'll do
as
like a
well.
fancy drink and reading. I didn't think that counted as a snack.
I don't want crumbs on my book.
a
In
cute little
general-
cup of Arizona
in general.
green tea.
No snacks, yes coffee.
coffee.
Very good, Becca. Only snacks if I'm
That's true. I used to read on my lunch break at work, so I have read
Oh.
and technically eaten at the same time. But I would like keep the book a little away from whatever was happening with the food.
That makes sense. I mean, I know, I don't know if Jonny also does this, but during breaks, wherever you are, if it's at work or if you're just hanging out in general, like lunch breaks, do you use them to work? Like, do you use them to write as well? I never do that.
No.
Very good. I'm not alone. Very good. I was starting to feel
How
alone.
can you enjoy?
Yeah, like
yeah,
that's
no,
the
I'm a
things
going
huge,
on.
Yeah, I'm a
That is
huge
break
appreciator.
time.
Lunch
I'm
is my
getting-
favorite
Trying
time
to
of the day.
escape. I'm trying to escape having
Yeah,
to be creative.
it's
for a
lunch
minute.
is your self-care. Why
Right.
would you?
That's usually my biggest meal also, so I feel like I just devote my time to it. Because it is like the most important. Actually, breakfast is the most important meal. Anyway, don't
Says
read.
who?
Says who? Like, I personally don't like to have breakfast, but depends. I mean, sometimes I need food when a whole day goes to one book unintentionally. Has that ever happened? Wow.
Actually, like, yeah, I can, like,
Wow.
I love, I think, contemporary YA especially, because I can read a whole book in, like, one day. But,
Right.
like,
Oh,
but, like,
yeah, I've done that.
also when it comes to, like, writing, like, I will take a break from reading, like, because that's just kind of what my mind has been on. And, like,
Right.
I digest, like, what I've read while I'm digesting food.
Right. That makes sense. I mean, I feel like I need to concentrate on the food mostly. I love breakfast. Melanie, who?
Absolutely.
Like, what?
Absolutely.
I love breakfast food, but
Yeah.
like sitting down in the morning, usually I wake up and I
It's
just
so
want to do
hard.
things. Yeah. I just want to get on with things instead of like sitting down and eating. I don't know. Makes me what? I don't know why my voice changed into such a mocking tone. I'm sorry.
Condescending, like, imagine eating in the morning.
She could never.
How dare. Unstand. Automatically unstand.
Returning my book.
Yes. Raving about books in text messages, raving about them in audio messages.
Oh, this is a good question.
I don't do audio messages.
Oh, don't
Really?
you?
I
Interesting.
I
So
know.
jealous.
Betraying
self-control.
Latina culture. Truly betraying Latina culture.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
I'm like, we do our best work in the audio medium. What do you mean?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. I mean,
I feel
Twitter
like-
should allow audio messages now that I'm thinking about it.
Yes.
That or,
Buddy
like,
reading would be so much fun.
I like only really talk about books I'm reading to, like, if it's my friends, there's only like 2 friends that I really talk to about books, and we'll just wait until we're around each other, and then we'll like talk at length about it at each
Technically,
other.
that's audio.
Yes, exactly. I mean, I wouldn't want to like. I sent entire reviews.
They do.
Oh, I
I
love
love
that. I
that.
love that.
That's a good. I hadn't thought about that. I mean, I do audio on IG as well,
Mhm.
but I just discovered I was. Yes, somehow like there are specific phones or specific like devices
Mhm.
that sometimes won't play the audios. So you have to kind of like just
Wow. I was going to say homophobia, but I guess that's not applicable in your case.
Actually, it
in
would
my
apply.
case, it is.
In this case, it would apply actually.
Okay.
the person I'm trying to contact would be like, "This is homophobic."
This is homophobic.
I annoy the hell out of my friends with long. What is long though? Because I've had people send me 13-minute audios, and I
That's-
love it.
That's reasonable. I
That's
think.
a novel.
That's not at all.
I feel like logistically, I probably end up doing more raving about books in text
Right.
form, I guess. But it depends, though, because see, this is the Libra in me coming out, like not committing to either answer. But
Right.
like logistically, if I'm like say doing a buddy read with someone, and like we'll say create like a chat specifically for that, I will use the audio function and like if we break it up into chunks and be like, here's what I thought about chapters 1 through 5, and just like give a little rundown. Because I'm
That's
like, I'm too
awesome.
lazy to write that down. This is what I felt. So
Yeah, I like that. I think I would text mostly, but if it's like really intense about a specific scene, I will go off on audio.
Yeah.
And be like, "Oh my god, get ready to cry," or whatever, you know.
And I feel
5
like
minutes.
I probably do audio messages like I text and just do like 5 different really short audio clips.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're so
Like a
considerate.
long one.
You're
yeah.
like mature.
I mean, it's also just bombarding you with like 50-second
That's
clips.
fair. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if like I know that WhatsApp, like some apps will let you go longer,
Right.
but others are like limiting. I think Instagram limits.
Yes,
And I know
they
that
do.
Messenger limits. I don't know any other apps like where you can send audio. I think that's all of the apps.
Yeah.
The only apps that matter.
I was gonna say, like, if you really overthought this question, I probably technically talk about books more through audio because I make videos where I rave about books. So I don't know if that counts. It's not really a message. It's like it's a video message I'm sending out into the ocean of the internet, I guess.
The ocean of the internet, the vast ocean. And of course, speaking of reading by yourself or buddy reading.
Oh.
I'd rather by myself. I can't promise like how fast I'm going to read a book, and so like I don't want to like have someone like be held back from like talking about things because like I'm reading it slower.
Right.
I've also just become like a slower reader, and so it's like no, like I'm just gonna do it on my own. We can both read it, and then I'll talk about it to you once I'm done.
Right.
There
that makes sense.
We can be two people who just read the same book. Like
it's true.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like buddy reading to me, every time I've attempted it has been a failure because actually Becca and I were in a group chat. It was just 3 people, but they both, Becca and the other person, they both read it like, they both read it at the same time. And we had spaced out like the chapters. Like this week we're reading 5 chapters or something like that. And I was like, I'm catching up. I'm doing such a great job. And then 3 months later, I still haven't finished the book. And it's not because I don't like it. It's because I just suck at buddy reading.
Oh my God.
It's so embarrassing.
I did recently just buddy read We Unleash the Merciless Storm. And like my friend who I was reading it with, he had finished it pretty early, and I was like, yeah, I'm on chapter 6 still. But then like I like read the entire rest of it within like 5 hours on Saturday, and so I was like, okay, now let's talk about it. Like it's weird. Oh, I consumed it. Like
it is such a great book. Like that duology is phenomenal. Like I try to do buddy reads, but then I put the audiobook on 2x speed and 2x speed to me sounds way too demanding because I'm like,
so much.
What is happening? I don't even know what's happening anymore, you know?
Yep.
But yes, I know people who can read and listen to audiobooks that fast. Mm-hmm. It's like they're cyborgs.
People go faster. You know, I think some audiobooks can be read at like some apps do like 4 speed or 5 speed and people use it. And I'm like, that's another level.
More power to them.
Yeah.
I can't relate.
Bless you, because I can't.
Yes. You're doing amazing, sweetie. So, sticky notes on favorite passages or underlining marking favorite passages. This is a touchy subject, and I will not
being
shy
controversial.
Away from it. Yes.
Yeah. Who's gonna be honest but brave?
So I actually never mark up any like fiction novels or novels. I just I'm like fiction novels. Pato, what do you do for a living? I'm a fiction novelist.
Fiction novel.
Fiction novel.
Yeah. So I used to mark up my textbooks though. Does that count?
That's valid.
Okay.
I mean, in high school we like learned how to annotate books, so we had to like write up all in our books. But I don't do either now.
Johnny's like, I'm done with that life. Like, oh yes, that's why I asked because
if I had to pick, it'd be sticky notes.
It'd be stickies.
I mean, they're amazing. They solve all of life's problems, really, because you can immediately find.
But also, I'd probably end up like doing the like just notes on the side of the page as well. Like I'd probably end up doing both. Yeah, that like see, I do that.
I think it depends. It depends on like how much I love the story. If I'm really into it, like I'm gonna get all up in it, and I'm gonna like highlight it, and I'm gonna make little notes. I might like even take like a little piece of a notebook paper and write notes on it and stick it in the page. So I'm be like, this is what I thought when this happened. But like if I'm not interested, I'm not marking it in any way. So.
Right. Or if it's like a painful experience because you're just enraged the whole time you're reading. You're like, this book, and not because it's a disappointing read in terms of the writing, it's just the content itself is not what was promised to you. And you're like, oh my God, I thought this was like enemies to lovers, and friends to lovers, and it's like, enemies to lovers, but the love interest is an actual piece of hell. So
This feels so specific, and I'm going to be nice and not ask you what book you're subtweeting right now.
I'm subtweeting all the books. Yes, I love that. Melanie said that annotating arcs is actually something that people do, like more often than annotating physical final
That's true.
hardcovers or paperbacks.
If I was like big into like reviewing and stuff like that, like I for sure would need to like annotate the hell out of some books.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's probably harder to just. I know people who like mark the page, like they fold the edges,
Ew.
and so
I used to do that
Touchy
growing up. I
subject.
can't knock it. When I was very young, I
Right.
used to do that. So
yeah,
there's
it's
so
a
many-
touchy subject.
I couldn't afford sticky notes. I just,
I agree. I
fold
mean,
over.
I can now afford sticky notes thanks to my duality.
Yes,
Can
I
you
have
imagine?
evolved.
Can
I
you
am an
imagine
adult
saying that?
with adult money, and I can.
I have
buy
adult
sticky
money in
notes.
my adult bank account. By the way, clearance? Yes, I'm there.
Yes, you gotta get them when they're sale.
Yes. Organizing shelves based on cover color versus organizing them based on genre, age group, or alphabetical order.
I love that you tried so hard to make this like an either or, and one of the choices has like 10 options in it.
Yes. I had to be inclusive.
I do
I'm sorry?
alphabetical order, but I also have like a
Oh.
little section for like the 5 middle grade books that I have.
Okay.
The 5, that's so sad.
It's like 5 or 6. I don't know. But otherwise it's alphabetical. Also, like I'm trying to be careful, like not to get too many that come between A and G, because I need the very top shelf is for those, and then it's mine.
Interesting.
That's my shelf, and so
So you don't want anyone encroaching on your space.
No, and
I
it's,
can
it's actually
see.
it's actually pretty full now. Like we have
Yes, I can see.
from like Olivia to like Cameron, and that's it. That's where it ends.
That's amazing,
This is
though.
so specific.
And then
I love
I
it.
have Kelly Lloyd Gilbert like below my shelf.
That's valid.
I
Yeah,
really
so, like,
do want to
anything
have
in
that.
between them. I can't do. That's my shelf.
That's mine. You do not get your
Yeah.
space. Size first, then color, and then a shelf or two for my favorites. I've seen
Yes,
people also
that's my
dedicate.
answer, Melanie.
Yeah, they also do, for example, a specific group or a community. I do that as well. Like Latinx books, for the most part, are like at the top of my
Yeah.
shelves. I'm not biased or anything. And then everything else gets grouped together, but mostly like I don't color code, if that's the way to explain that or describe that. But I feel like it should be. Like those
also, I
rainbow
feel
shelves are so cute.
I feel like every other YA book is like a shade of red, and so like
Yeah.
I would
Oh,
literally
really?
just have like red, orange, yellow, and then like one shelf of like the rest of the colors.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah, it's like a mishmash. It's like whatever it is, it's there.
Yeah.
It would
That's
be
kind
real. It would
of
be
like
real.
mine.
Or
Yeah.
do you, for example, I tend to group books if it's a trilogy or like a series or even a duology. Like I like having authors' books together, like the same author's books together.
Oh yeah, where I can, yeah, it'll be the author's books will be together.
It's even if they're not favorites shelf, even if it's not like in the same genre, they're writing
Yeah.
across genres. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
it has this specific person's name on it, then they're
Mhm.
going side by side
Yeah.
or whatever it is. That's cool.
Yeah. For me,
Tight.
my like number one indicator for organizing is size first, and then
Right.
whatever else happens. And then it's sort of like by
Wherever it
vibes. I have like loose categories, like I'll have like a YA shelf, but I mean I have a lot of YA, but like I'll have, a couple of YA shelves, and then I'll have like a sci-fi fantasy shelf, and then I'll have like a tall book shelf or whatever. But like it's kind of by vibes. It's like who deserves, like who feels right, like who feels like they should be together.
What
Like
vibes
for
best?
example, like I'll have like Cemetery Boys and 1500 Miles from the Sun. I'm like, this makes sense.
Right.
Like they're vibing. They should be
But
together.
that's a powerful duo of books. Like, yes, of people too, but but the books themselves are like super different in genre and in plot. But I feel like
Similar in
They both
vibes.
they
both
are
encourage
similar
Jules
in
rights.
vibes.
Yes.
Yes. I think that everyone who owns copies of Cemetery Boys and 1500 Miles from the Sun should pair them together. My copy of Cemetery Boys is in the office section of my home, but 1500 Miles from the Sun is in my room, so that should tell you everything you need to know about my. I'm kidding.
Together, but
Aiden, we love you.
Cemetery Boys is next to like a little skull, and so I have like.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
It gets its own vibe.
Yes. Wait, what are you putting from? Sorry. Oh, Funko Pops. Yes. Melanie has a shop on Etsy, and you need to check it out because the Funko Pops that come out. Incredible. I mean, there are other products, but I love Funko Pops.
But we're here for the Funko Pops.
Yes, they're so hard to like remake and recreate. So
yes,
Melanie does an excellent job. Organized alphabetically by title, keeping series together, and mixing manga with regular books.
Mixing manga with regular books is
chaotic.
Yeah.
Now I have tons of extra space, and I pulled out most of my nonfiction for shelves in my study. I wish I had more nonfiction physically. I mostly read nonfiction on my e-reader because I feel like I want to mark up stuff more. For some reason,
is under my bed.
I can take that in so many ways.
Just in piles, but they're like based on like category. Like a lot of them are from college too. So they have like a category on like Latin American revolutions, and one on like immigration, and one on different religions. And I think I don't know.
Are they all as part of like a research project?
They're all from classes in college mainly.
Okay.
So it just feels like you're repressing that part of your life.
You're like tucking it away.
Hiding it out of sight.
Like a
where the rats can find them.
Did it happen if we can't see it?
Exactly. I know it happened, but do I need to remember it?
That's my question.
All right, so this is the last question. The last battle.
Oh, Lord.
It is the most important question you will ever be asked.
Oh, gosh. I'm stressed. Oh,
Hot
God.
Cheetos or Takis?
Oh, my God.
Look at them stressed.
It feels illegal to be asking this when
I don't care.
I am once again saying that we have been trapped. I am blinking twice because I'm in danger.
This is anti-Mexican.
Literally. Why did you invite both of us here? Just to ask this.
Because it's an interesting question. I love this question.
I mean,
what's your answer, Amparo?
Yeah,
Takis.
You answer first, actually. You answer first.
Takis. Because I feel like they're more intense. And
you say Takis?
I'm sorry, Takis. Takis.
Ew.
I like Takis, guys.
I was like, oh my God, it's a hate crime.
My entire existence is a hate crime. What are you talking about? But I feel like Takis are just delicious, but also they're really, really unbearable. If you like in terms of spiciness, I'm like, I love it. It's so hard
to. They're more tangy than spicy, really.
I mean, I eat them so much
with like fake citrusy lime flavor.
Yes, that's my favorite
decadent
thing to ever eat. Yes.
But
I really
also,
love
like,
them.
If it's regular hot Cheetos, like those can go in the trash. We only do hot Cheetos.
Yeah, exactly. It's like what kind of hot Cheetos?
Yeah, it has to be hot Cheetos con limon. And also, I feel like hot Cheetos goes better with like nacho cheese than Takis. And so, like, there's also. Are you having?
I've never. Oh, Doritos. Takis, if I must. Why are people being so hateful towards Takis?
I feel. I think usually when I'm like at the grocery store, I'm grabbing Takis before I'm grabbing those. So I'll say Takis.
That's correct.
Yeah, logistically, I would have to say Takis.
I literally.
If I'm grabbing hot Cheetos, I'm probably grabbing a can of cheese with that too.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna say like if I'm grabbing hot Cheetos, like I've gone too far.
No.
I'm not myself.
Those bags.
Yeah, I'm not myself.
I'm not myself. But actually, I've not tried the flaming hot Doritos. I haven't tried them.
I can't remember.
And I've never tried the hot Cheetos with lime.
We should do a virtual mukbang where we just like eat all of the different types of spicy chips.
The spicy stuff. Yes. I would do this. I don't know if Adri would be game for it.
I'm just thinking about the watchability of that video, and it seems very low.
We can talk about things like
we can talk about spicy topics.
Yeah. Ooh,
controversial topics and publishing.
I love that.
I'm a weakling for pique. How dare you, Melanie? But it's okay. We're Puerto Rican. We're not expected to like pique.
That's true.
They're Mexican, so they're screwed. They have no choice.
Thank you.
I would make it out. Yeah, my mother actually, she'll try a little bit of spice and start crying, which I think is
Aw.
hilarious because her tolerance is so low. And like my father and myself are just monsters. I don't know
We're just
where we
demons.
came from. Yeah, it's like we're literally from hell because it's like,
Love that.
let's eat all the spice. Oh my gosh. And we're like totally fine. No one is red or crying. And my mother and brother are like the same person. They're pathetic. It's awesome.
Aw. It's like, thanks, mom and dad, for all the support.
Thank you. Yes, exactly. Couldn't do
They're
this without
weaklings.
you. But yes, that was my final question for my panelists, or my not panelists, my guests. This is not a panel.
Yes.
B99, I'm assuming this is Brooklyn 99, had
That's
an
what I
episode in the last season where a high Rosa and Hitchcock had a chip eating tournament to decide which chip was best. I
To
mean,
recreate.
we could do that, but I wouldn't be high. Just
Oh,
FYI.
I would absolutely.
If Paige Street is watching, I would not be high. My mom
Like,
eats it like
legally, I would not be.
Right.
legally. I would not be involved at all. It's my stream, and I wouldn't be on it. I'm like taking the video out.
Aspirational.
Aspirational. Yes. So if anyone has any questions for myself or for my guests, I was going to say
Sure.
panelists again. They are not my panelists, they're my guests. But as of right now, I feel like we have been as unbearable as possible. I'm very pleased with our level of unbearability. And I honestly cannot thank you both enough because I feel like, yes, we talk every day or almost every day.
Basically.
Literally. Like when you think about it, it's like, I annoy these people way too much. I need to let them rest.
I mean,
And just in general.
if you did want to give them some time to think of some questions, I did
Yes,
bring
of
my
course.
PowerPoint. I did bring my
Yes, we cannot
You did?
leave
I did.
without seeing
Oh my
this
God.
PowerPoint.
Yes, okay. So
Okay.
can you share the screen? Yes.
Yeah, did you figure out how to do that? Oh, you
I have a
can.
button. I have a. Does this do
Yes,
it?
you have a button.
Yes.
I love how proper that was pronounced. I have a
The
button.
button.
I'm not even gonna read the tips. I'm just gonna. Oh God.
That's amazing. You should absolutely show the audience
Oh.
what
Oh.
you have made.
Oh,
Did that?
What are you?
Oh.
oh God. I'm on pins and needles.
How
This is exciting.
has the? Ooh, what?
Give them permission.
Share screen. This.
Yes.
I want to share that. Chrome has
Yes.
lost permission. Why is it
Oh.
airing?
Oh, does it need permission?
Johnny, please.
Wait.
Enable extension. Maybe. Okay, I'll show it one more time.
I didn't know that I had
Johnny
to give
gets sucked out of the
permission.
live show because of
Oh
this.
no. Yes, Taylor, we have a PowerPoint coming.
Yes.
I'm not
Well,
really
Do you want to
revealing.
contextualize it, Amparo?
Oh, sure. So Johnny thought it was best to make a PowerPoint
Best.
featuring featuring the members of Team Puerto Rico as Bad Bunny songs.
Seriously.
Yes.
So I think that is
we
the
can all
most
agree is
appropriate
information that
thing.
we need
Yeah.
in our
We need
brains
it.
today.
This is absolutely the character study that I deserve. But I'm too lazy to
Johnny,
make.
please.
Is it
I'm
letting you
sorry.
in? Because I don't know if I have to give permission. Because I don't know
No.
if I should.
Oh shit.
Oh no, so much is happening.
Technical difficulties, everyone.
Really?
You can quickly answer Melanie's
Oh,
question.
we have
What are
questions.
Lana
I'm
and
sorry.
Victoria's-
I'm not ignoring you. I'm not. I swear. So it says, what are Lana and Victoria's zodiac signs? So Lana is a Scorpio,
Correct.
and Victoria is a Taurus,
Let's see.
which I don't even know why I'm saying it like this.
She's a
I love
Taurus.
Tauruses. I love them. I love them. Is
And
Minhyuk
Dragon
still-
Blood Ring is a Libra.
The book is a Libra.
The book
October
is a
12th.
Libra.
Libra season. Yes.
Libra
Is Minhyuk
supremacy.
still Lana's monster bias? Why wouldn't it be? Why wouldn't it be? I mean, Minhyuk is actually also a Scorpio, now that I think about it.
Wow.
He is someone...
Maybe that's toxic.
Actually, no, because Minhyuk is very bubbly. He's very vibrant in his personality and the way he treats his other members. He's just a really charming person. And I feel like Lana is not as outgoing as he is. And she really values and appreciates people in general, like Luis on the team, on Puerto Rico's team. He's similar in personality, but with terrible fashion sense compared to Minhyuk.
Oh.
So let me... Oh, I have new comments. Let me check them out.
I have new comments.
Yeah. Quick astrology, people. Do those signs support Lana Toria? I do think. I mean, Tauruses are earth signs, and Ay bendito Luis. Yes, he's a character, literally. And Scorpios are water signs. I feel like they're okay. Like they're compatible,
Sure.
but they're not like ultra compatible.
I'm like Googling it.
Oh yes, here we go.
Do
yes.
it?
Oh,
my.
wow. Okay. Oh.
Where is it?
Hold on.
This is so funny.
Oh my.
Did that fix it?
Oh my
Yes.
It does.
Okay,
This is
we're
so
seeing it.
exciting.
We're seeing it.
We
Yeah.
are
Okay,
seeing
perfect.
it.
You literally made a PowerPoint.
I did.
This is the best moment of my life.
Puerto Rico as Bad Bunny songs. First we
Yes.
have Victoria, of course, because she's the
Yes.
best.
Yes.
I
Yes.
have two options for her. I couldn't decide on one. The first one is the Veo Ti Mama,
Okay.
because she's obsessed with mourning BLAZEWRATH like it's an ex she can't get over.
Very
Yes.
true. Very
I
true.
love that song. It's so sad.
Also, it could be Quien Tu Eres, because
Right.
if she doesn't get ready to post up, she stays ready to post up.
This
I
is
love that.
absolutely true.
Yes.
Next, we have
Fully
Lana.
agreed. Yes.
Hers is Reyes, because
Okay.
her whole personality is mourning over a boy who doesn't know she exists.
Relatable.
Stays simping over a straight
Yes.
man.
Jumping.
Yes,
Next
I love
up,
that.
Luis, Sagittarius
Luis.
King. His are two.
Oh my gosh.
Also, Mojita or Estamos Bien, but for the same reason.
Yes.
They're both very Sagittarius energy, very
Yes.
hospital energy, very much good time, beach,
Yes.
fun, grapes, vibes
Grapes.
to be to.
Yes.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. I had not thought about Mojita, but yes. Absolutely true.
Next, we have Gabriela.
Yay! Two-tone
Hers
hair.
is also two. I couldn't
Of
decide.
course.
Apareo Sola or Caro, both for the same
Yes.
reason again, because you can't tell me she doesn't absolutely exude the vibes
She
between
does.
both of these songs. Queen Things.
Yes,
Queen
Queen
things.
Things.
Queen-
She
uh,
would
Queen
love those
Gabriela.
selections. Yes.
I mean, they're both incredible.
Yes.
Next, we have Genesis.
Yes.
Hers is Dakuti. And this is because it's canon that she listens to Bad Bunny to cheer
Yes.
herself up. And it's
Yes.
scientific fact that you can't feel bad when this song is on. Only bad bitch energy flourishes during Dakuti.
Absolute truth. Yes. Oh my god, this PowerPoint is
This
everything.
is ripped from the pages of Dragonblood Ring.
Yes.
Next is Edwin.
Edwin.
Edwin is Bendiciones.
Yes.
Oh my
Guys,
god.
haters only make him famous and more like a song.
Facts.
He does stay winning.
He doesn't
Truly,
care.
And
Yes.
we have Hector.
Hector.
Of
His is
course.
Team fucking R,
Yes.
because big
Absolutely.
Puerto Rico team captain energy.
So
Yes. This is his theme song and also just my theme song as well.
Absolutely.
We're
we
like
have some
very proud.
bonus content.
true. Ooh.
Takeshi
Oh, amazing.
This is so
Okay.
good.
would be Booker T. And this is because personally it seemed very appropriate for someone who would risk it all for revenge. Like,
Yes.
it's a good song to play in the background when you're getting ready to kill someone.
Oh my
Ooh.
thing.
god, amazing. Yes,
I'll
true.
never hear it the same. Yeah.
You should
I will
always think of
about
Takeshi.
him. Always
We
think
also
of him.
have Kirill the gay Russian,
Yes.
Yes.
We only know him in this
Justice.
house as the gay Russian.
as I forgot his last name and I couldn't find the page.
Volkov. Yes.
I think
Volkov.
that's his full name.
His is Sorry Copy.
Sorry, Bobby.
And this is because his shamelessness is literally the energy of the
Yes.
cards. Like, he would have without a doubt
Yes.
learned Spanish just to tell Edwin tu vas a lo presiento. Like,
Yes, I would
Absolutely.
absolutely agree.
would have
Oh
said
my
that
god.
in his ear and also both yelled it.
Yes, exactly. Oh my gosh, he would be like, I have no idea what's going on, but I'm doing this
I
But
love
I
that this
I
doubles
did
as like Johnny's soft pitch for fan
for the
fiction.
anthology story.
exactly.
Yes,
This is me
the
pitching.
spin-off. Sorry, not the
We
anthology
have
story.
more bonus content, event
Oh,
of members of Team Puerto Rico
Yes.
and queer BLAZEWRATH characters.
Oh my god, that's
Surprise, the Venn
amazing.
diagram is a circle.
oh
So
my
Everyone-
god! You cannot
love
put it
it.
out there. The straights will run with it.
I love, yes, please. Everything is canon.
you know,
On
sorry
the
for being
slide.
brave but honest.
Yes. Oh my god, I love that Edwin
Yeah.
and ends
Oh,
with a
bold.
dot. Or not a dot, a period. A dot.
God. More of
That's
a square,
amazing.
but
That
Okay.
was the best thing I've
Incredible.
ever seen in my entire life.
Incredible.
And I teach
Here we
for a
go.
living. And none of my students have ever
That's probably better quality PowerPoint than you've gotten from many of your students.
I mean,
I
I'm
would
not
say
gonna admit it.
so, too. I would say so,
The
too.
commitment,
yes.
the dedication, the color scheme.
The color scheme was
everything
perfect.
was there.
Yes. I mean, everyone is, oh, look at Taylor's comment. What
What
a
a
great time. We're all in agreement.
Yes.
When Netflix makes a BLAZEWRATH game
Oh,
series,
absolutely.
the
Yes.
soundtrack.
This is the soundtrack.
I mean, I feel like it would be weird if Bad Bunny wasn't
Right,
on the
he
soundtrack of anything
literally
that features
would need
Puerto
the
Rico.
whole soundtrack. The
yeah,
entire soundtrack.
that would be
is-
xenophobia.
Oh,
if
he could
was
be like
excluded.
Lin-Manuel Miranda, like just curating an entire soundtrack.
I would
Like,
trust
that would
him
be
way
him.
more than Lin-Manuel Miranda. So yes,
Yeah,
I would too.
I would too.
That
It would
was
be much hotter.
amazing. Oh, look at this. Crimson says, I gotta listen to all these songs now. Johnny saving
Yeah.
lives. Look at that.
bringing people
Changing
You
to
might have to post those slides to Twitter later,
You
or
have to-
create
yes.
the Spotify playlist and drop it on Twitter
Oh, that's true.
Oh, that would be interesting. I would, oh my gosh.
for science.
Precisely.
If he doesn't appear, I'll sue Netflix. That would
Right.
be a
I'm already on my
gargantuan
way.
He
feat.
needs to be like in a scene at the World Cup.
He needs to be at this.
Yeah, he could
one
be
of
like the opener,
Yeah,
like
Oh,
before
the
the national
opener.
anthem.
yeah, he would be like BLAZEWRATH Shakira.
BLAZEWRATH Shakira.
Yes.
Jonny Garcia. Oh my gosh. If you don't know, I'm assuming you're familiar with Jonny Garcia, but she's a Puerto Rican, I was going to say author. Puerto Rican singer-songwriter.
Author of
She's
songs.
queer and she is very romantic, but to the point where it's not annoying, because I say that right, because Luis Fonsi, we are all aware of
Oh
Luis
my
Fonsi's
God, you did not say
reputation.
Luis Fonsi.
Yeah, I mean, I used to like Luis Fonsi a lot, but he gets to the point where it's grating.
Mhm.
But Jonny Garcia is a great alternative to Luis Fonsi if you're in the mood for romance, but
Substitute.
just not that dramatic. Halftime show with Bad Bunny at the BLAZEWRATH
Yes.
World Cup.
Yeah,
Imagine
yes.
that. The
Yes.
possibilities, Netflix. Just
That's
think about
canon.
that.
That's canon now.
That's canon.
It is canon, and it should be. All right, so people are really excited about this idea. Oh my gosh, I feel like a drag Luis Fonsi account. I mean, there are so many reasons to do so.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
because Amparo is a Cheyenne stan.
Oh, this is
I
true.
mean, I'm not a stan because I don't remember much of his music, but I think he's a cool dude and very handsome. So
There's proof says otherwise.
whatever. But yes, I mean, I feel like that is the only PowerPoint that I will ever remember in my life. Like, I will
Yes.
literally be
The
89
reason-
years old.
the only
100%.
reason for PowerPoint to even exist
It's true.
Right. Like,
It was
ended all
made
PowerPoint.
specifically for this moment.
for this.
Yes. So we support Cheyenne. Do
See?
you? The first Latino vampire. Correct. Oh my gosh. Yes. Very good. So now we know that Cheyenne is someone worth standing.
Is a
Bad Bunny
vampire.
will curate the soundtrack to the BLAZEWRATH game series on Netflix.
You heard it here first.
Yes, I will make sure that that happens. I guess. And
Yes.
I'm just so grateful. This was so lovely. Like, I can't even say how lovely it was.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sure that I shouldn't say this to you, Adri, specifically, because I know your ego is just going to get out of control. But it really was such a blast. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. I cannot believe that I have 2 books out and they both have my name on the cover, and they're related to each other. They're in the same world. I can't believe I did that. So thank you for tolerating my randomness in book form. Thank you for tolerating my randomness as a human. And I hope you have a lovely rest of your day or evening. I don't know if everyone is in the evening portion of their day yet, but I certainly am, and I'm very, very excited. It's been a great launch day, and I think it's mostly because of these lovely guests that we have here, but I didn't say that. If anyone asks me, I absolutely did not admit that to Adri's face. So
I didn't hear anything.
Thank you both, Jonny and Adri. Applause for my guests. Yay!
Thank you for having us.
I'm just so excited. Yay, yay, yay. And oh, look at what Melanie says. This has been so fun. Thank you so much, and congratulations. Thank you. And thank you, Melanie, for all of your support and help throughout this entire process. Melanie was there from the beginning, actually. So yeah, a real one, as they say.
Ride or die.
Ride or die, yes. 2 books, 1 amparo. Oh, I read that. Why did I highlight that?
Yeah, why did you highlight
I know
that?
what you meant, Taylor, but you know. Felicidades. Yes, 2 for 1. Thank you very much, everyone. So have a lovely rest of your day. We will be chatting soon, I hope. Live streams might come back. Who knows? Who knows?
Who knows?
And please subscribe to Adri's channel. Jonny also has a channel. Would you like to promote your
It's
channel, Jonny?
I don't do.
No,
It's fine.
Jonny's like, don't talk about my
I'm
channel.
pretty sure it's down there, so you know.
It's not.
It's not?
It would be much more conducive to just go to my website and there's a watch
Yes.
tab and you can see the video, any videos of me there if you're so inclined.
Oh, awesome. Like an appearances tab.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. But
Including ours.
follow...
Including ours.
Yes.
Yes.
If you have 2 hours and 45 minutes to spare and want to watch me get incredibly drunk on live.
Required viewing.
Those last minutes were absolutely everything.
They
Because I
usually
barely
are.
spoke and Jonny just took over. It was amazing.
It was great.
So yes, and Adri and I also have a live stream that we did on microaggressions in the publishing industry or the bookish community, and that was also a wild time. But nothing will ever be wilder than my live stream with Jonny. So yes, we need to just like admit that we together are quite chaotic. So this went relatively well. So thank you both, and thank you everyone for tuning in. I will be seeing you soon, and happy Dragonblood Ring Day, everyone.
Yay.
Bye. See you soon.